things to Khutula, but just so that you guys hear it, that way we can, yeah.
Do we have any of this, like, or do you have, like, this written down so we can...
Yep, I have it written down. It has the profiles of heavy and two-handed.
Copy that.
And, yeah.
So Carlos can't use it because he's small now.
I would be at disadvantage, yes.
Freaking mutant.
Fuck you.
This is the Dordian turf sky. Please go away quickly.
Okay, fuck it. We're just gonna leap right into it with you, Nephis.
Yeah.
And we'll let Khutula take your time to get home.
Zane's late.
Zane's late. So when we left off, you were searching for a dwarf who shaves his beard, and he's run off into the forest. You met a couple of goblins. Yeah, he's got one of his legs left. And yeah, you spoke to some goblins who said that he ran off into the woods in a certain direction looking for a guy named Thash.
Yeah, and they pointed me into the direction. I think I got everything I needed from the dwarf, so I'm gonna begin tracking the direction that they pointed me in.
Okay.
Oh, I roll 17.
17. Well, you find his tracks easy enough. And he is sort of following the ridge line here. And he keeps on going farther down this way for a little bit, and then he starts turning around. Hang on, I'm gonna extend the map just a touch.
Oh.
Just for the sake of the blue of the water.
Gotcha. And since this, I'm in my favorite terrain, how old are these tracks at this point? Are they still like a day old or?
Yes. I think if I remember correctly, you had found one of his campsites, or a campsite, I should say, and then
yeah, it was back this way.
Yeah, and then that was his first day. So this is the next. Yeah, so it would have been 0. Next day is 1. So you're still following that day's tracks.
Gotcha.
So there we go. So you track him basically until the river over here, and it seems as though he's gone into the river. Now, the river itself follows the same profile as I had mentioned last week, with the river sort of farther towards your campsite. So there are deep spots, there are shallow spots. The deep spots are hard to cross, and the water is moving fairly fast. But in the shallow places, which are intermittent enough that it doesn't cause you a delay, you are capable, like with some time, to find an easy place to ford. And even though the water's running fast, it's low enough that you're not going to have too much trouble crossing.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll look for a shallow spot.
Okay.
To cross.
So I'm going to get you to roll another survival check, whatever it is, so you cross the river, and now you got to find his tracks again, which means you also have to try and find where you were before.
I got a 10.
A 10.
Sorry, a 8.
Okay, so you spend a decent amount of time searching up and down the riverbank to where you think that you had, the opposite of where you think you had arrived at the river, but you're unable to find any tracks. Excuse me. You do, however, smell the smell of a freshly killed animal.
Gotcha.
The kind of scent of an animal that's been dead for hours. Like, it's starting to stink, but hasn't been dead for too long.
Do I know which direction the smell is coming from?
Yes, because of your favored terrain thing, I will let you know that it is to your south. So I'm just gonna move your little thing here. And I'm in my mind's eye, I see you having come up this way, and then you smell the smell coming from this direction of you.
Gotcha. Isn't it getting close to nighttime?
It is getting close to nighttime.
Nephis is going to begin preparing a camp right here
Okay.
next to the river.
Yep. And are you? I'm assuming that all the standard camp features, fire going, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
All right. And are you looking at doing any fishing or anything for food, or do you have rations?
Yes, I would like to fish from the water.
Okay. It's not dark yet. You're sort of getting into mid-evening. The sun is beginning to set, and you can cast your line for a little while. I'm gonna say that you do catch some fish, enough fish to feed yourself, because it is the time of year when salmon are spawning and other local mountain fish are spawning. So they're coming up from the lakes, going upstream. This is one of the places where they go to do that thing, and you're able
Fish
to
for the goblins.
yeah, you're able to catch one or two, or however many you're looking to feed yourself with.
Gotcha.
I'm going to get you to roll a perception as you're doing your fishing.
Ooh, I got a 19 plus yeah,
A 19 plus a yeah.
5. So
You see out of the corner of your eye as you're casting your line a grizzly bear shuffling out of the woods to your north, and it approaches a shallow area quite close to you, and it's kind of investigating the river. And it seems like it's just kind of casually hanging out. Hasn't seemed to notice you yet.
oh damn. About how far off is it?
The river, I'm gonna say, is about 50 feet wide, and it is on the other side of the bank.
Nephis is going to take one of the fish that he has caught, and he is going to whistle at the bear, getting it to know his presence there.
Okay, for all intents and purposes, just for the sake of it, I'm gonna put
The wharf.
The wharf.
Wharf.
You're not locked. There we go.
That's not a bear.
I know. I didn't want to force everybody into infinite loading time with pulling up anything else, because I have the whole collection on hand.
Copy that.
It would just cause a lot of loading.
Do you not have this model nearby?
What? Oh,
You
right.
can transform into a bear.
I forgot about that. Thank you.
If you keep all those models in a bag, nobody will load them unless they look in the bag.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that is a really cool feature that I was not previously aware of, and I appreciate you for that. There we go. Okay, so there you go. So that's the bear. So you whistle at the bear. The bear does hear the whistle, as they are good at hearing, and it looks in your direction. And yes, it does stand up. But it stands up not in a big way. It's like stands up, so it's like looking your way and trying to get a better look. Like it's the quizzical stand up on the hind legs, squinting its tiny little eyes and sniffing at the air.
Do bears have small eyes?
Yes.
I did not know that.
If you look at a picture of a bear, you can their heads are fucking huge and their eyes are super tiny.
Like me. My people.
Nephis is going to stand his ground.
Okay.
To see what the bear does, if it approaches or not.
Oh, let's see what the bear does.
I wonder how deep the river is.
That bear can swim.
Well, yeah, but if it's like an ankle deep stream.
There are some parts that are ankle deep, and there are some parts that are deeper.
Shit.
Yeah. This was and it's at one of the shallow parts, as was described earlier. So he.
Oh, I missed that.
I'm just gonna gender it as he.
Oh.
Fuck it. Stats don't care. He's sits on his bum. He does that cute or silly bear thing where they're like standing up and they just kind of like plomp down on their bum. And it turns its head around, sniffing the air, and then it gets onto all fours and it pads down into the river. Oh, that's cool. Kind of like that. And it's just gonna start fishing. And it fumbles around and it smacks a fish. Wait, sorry, you said you threw a fish at it?
I did not. I just grabbed
you just
one
whistled.
and I have one in my hand.
Well, it does that. It's kind of fumbles around and starts looking around in the river, getting ready to do its thing.
No. Nephis, damn.
Are you trying to lure the bear?
Nephis is gonna get closer to the bear, within 30 feet of it.
Within 30 feet. All right. You go down into the river and you start walking through the shallows of the river, and as you approach and get a little bit closer, the bear stops doing its fishing thing and it looks up at you and it does its stand up thing again, but now it's not sniffing the air or anything. It's alert and it's looking at you and it's trying to figure out what you're doing so close to him.
Within 30 feet of it, I am going to cast Animal Friendship. Nephis yells at, or not yells, but like shouts to the bear in his native tongue, catch, and he throws the fish to the bear.
Okay. I'm just
It has to make a DC, what is it? I believe it's Wisdom saving throw, DC 13.
Okay, DC 13. I'm just pulling up the
Spell lets you convince a beast that you mean it no harm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wisdom. Pulling up the wisdom of it. Oh, good. Yeah. Okay, so he needs to beat a 13. What? Oh, come here. There we go. 13! Oh, he does. Oh, no. Forgot that's not a good thing. Let's see and hear you. Okay, it doesn't say that it's gonna immediately like become aggressive to you or anything.
No, it's a stupid animal. Only humanoids can know when they're charmed.
Yeah, so he remains standing. You have the fish in your hand?
Yeah.
Well, he definitely smells the fish, and he gets down on his fours and he takes a step towards you.
Can I cast it again?
If you have the spell slots, there's nothing that prevents you from.
Again.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say, here, catch, gesturing to throw it.
Okay. And he'll do his wisdom saving throw again.
I got 6 more tries, baby.
12 plus.
Nephis
Come
is
on, bear.
powerful.
I don't know why bears have a +1 to their wisdom, but they do. So he gets a 13 as well, which means he does save the throw.
Nephis starts to look a little panicked.
And you're speaking in your local tongue, correct?
I don't think Nephis would know that the spell is failing though, because right?
Well, I mean,
I assume the bear's getting closer and
it's taking steps at a time.
Oh.
The same way, if you've ever encountered a wild animal before, like a truly wild animal, and you have something it wants, or it's not scared of you, but it's kind of curious. That's what the bear is doing. It hasn't figured out what it wants to do with you yet. but you have a fish in your hand and it smells nice, and it's hungry.
Copy that.
But it hasn't decided one way or another what you are to it.
I didn't take that into consideration, Seeker. What you said, not being able to know if the spell succeeds or fails. So I'm not going to cast it again. And Nephis extends his arm out with the fish.
Well, it's how Chris wants to do the spell.
I mean,
I read
for the sake of,
I read some things on like charm spells and stuff because I'm a bard, you know, and there are some spells that like let you know that they've failed. And you like have an idea of like the other person's demeanor towards you when they fail. And then there's like charm person, for example, like, or maybe it's not charm person, but there's some spell where it's like you would like want to sneak up to someone and like cast it on them, but you'd have like no idea if they were just standing guard whether or not like it worked on them, because they'd just be like still standing there.
I understand what you're talking about, and I've read the effects of the spell, and it doesn't say that animal friendship doesn't influence the bear's behavior other than it convinces the beast that you mean it no harm.
Yeah.
And as this creature wasn't overtly aggressive to Nephis in the first place, one way or another, it's as I had said, it hasn't made up its mind yet. It hasn't seemed to have arrived on a decision as to whether or not Nephis is food or a competitor.
Nephis is friend, not food.
Yeah, so the bear is currently being cautious, and it's, he's effectively still 30 feet away. It's taken exactly 2 steps through the water at Nephis.
Gotcha. Then yeah, I'm going to stand my ground and hold out the fish extended, waiting for it to get close.
This is so stupid.
It is.
I got you a fish.
I got you a fish.
It's a wild fucking animal. You fucking dumbass.
The bear's going to stand back up on 2 legs, and it is going to turn around and wander back to the opposite side of the shore, and then stand up and look at you again. Oh shit! Sorry, I meant to press that one.
Can I huck the fish to the shore to the bear?
Yep. I'm gonna. Yeah. I'd like you to make a dexterity check for that. See if you can make it the whole way.
16.
16. So, yep. I'm gonna say that you can make it land to the shore. You're able to shot put it, or however you throw it. You throw it hard enough. It's a hefty enough sized fish. It kind of bounces in front of the bear, and the bear sniffs at it, and then it gobbles it up quite shortly after, and then starts sniffing around, licking its chops for more.
Oh no.
He just keeps coming back to, like, however long you want to leave it, he's just going to keep going back to the carcass and kind of smell it over, and after enough time, if you aren't doing anything else, it's going to, like, start edging its way back down to the shore and still keeping an eye on you every once in a while.
Nephis is going to retreat, or not really retreat, but back up facing towards the bear, not like turning his back to it, get back onto land, and then continue fishing.
Okay. The sun is in its sort of the amount of time you've spent on this. The sun has begun to set quite hastily, and it's starting to get dark now. But you are able to land one more fish for your troubles before it starts becoming dark enough to matter.
Yeah. After that, I would like to. I'm trying to look and see if there is. I know there's a spell called Create Bonfire, but would it be out of the realm to collect enough firewood in the area to make a bigger fire?
You can make a bonfire the traditional way, yes.
I begin doing so.
Okay, I'm gonna say it's going to take you about an hour to collect enough wood for it to become. When we say bonfire, are you talking about like the cartoonishly huge, big ass fucking like Native Americans dancing around a bonfire kind of thing, or are you just thinking like a reasonably sized fire that's making lots of light?
I'm thinking kind of like waist high, big logs stacked into like a kind of pyramid shape to illuminate the area better.
Yeah.
Not like overtly like fucking like entire trunks of trees, but big.
So I'm gonna say it's gonna take you about a half an hour to get as much wood and get it all like sorted out in the ways that you need. You're able to start and fan the flames of this bonfire till it's getting nice and bright. By this time, it is dark outside, but you now have a nice raging bonfire with enough wood to get it going throughout the night.
Copy that. I set up my bedroll and prepare to sleep.
Nice. And your horsey's all tied up and everything?
Aye.
Okay.
It's not racist because Nephis is brown.
He's an olive-skinned fisherman.
How he
He's
do
appropriating his.
Oh.
What's his secret?
Okay, where are the two thunder die? The 1s and 10s.
Hell yeah.
It's all the lamp oil.
Okay, we don't have one.
Lamp oil, rope.
Bombs.
Color tint. Blue. Okay.
Bombs.
Sorry, Anton. I don't give credit.
You sleep peacefully through the night and nothing disturbs you.
Sawing logs. Awesome.
And when you wake in the morning, you wake to I don't know,
legs.
whatever classic Pacific view you want. Anyways, yeah, you wake up in the morning. It's a nice morning. There's a mist that's kind of drifting through the woods. It's very peaceful. It's very wilderness.
I immediately pack up my belongings and begin looking for the tracks of the dwarf.
Okay.
That is a 16.
16. So after some time, you manage to pick up the trail again. You were a little bit too. You hadn't traveled quite far enough to get to the tracks. You realize after you get there, but you're able to find them and begin following them as well. I'm just gonna get you to roll another survival check just for tracking these tracks.
Whoa.
15. Okay. Well, the tracks lead you all the way up to about here.
The fuck is this dude going?
And in fact, you notice, and I say this just because he's quite plainly in view, but you notice that the dwarf has managed to get himself stuck on top of a fairly large boulder that is jutting out of the mountain. And he's sitting kind of slumped with he's facing sort of this direction. He hasn't spotted you yet. And you can see that he's not looking good. He's shivering. He's pretty filthy and muddy. If you get close enough to be adjacent to the rock, eventually he'll probably hear your horse making horse noises, and he will turn around.
Nephis does approach without making any announcements to his presence.
Okay. So if you are on horseback, eventually he does hear the horse and he turns around and he goes, "Hello?" And there we go. Sorry.
Oh shit! What did the little doll say his name was again?
Grimnar.
Grimnar. Nephis shouts out, "Dwarf, where are you?" Or no, he knows where he fucking is.
Where are you? I'm blind.
I'm blind. I know exactly where you are, but I've lost track. You stopped moving. He asks, "What are you doing up there?"
Okay, I did say it was pretty big, but I will elaborate and state that it is 30 feet high up. It's a pretty like huge fucking boulder. It's 30 feet above you currently.
Nothing you want to fall down.
Yeah. And it doesn't, you can't really see on initial inspection how he got up there either. It's a pretty fucking huge boulder. And he confirms that, in fact, by stating that he is stuck. And he asks for your help.
I've been tracking you. I am here to help. And Nephis goes to the sled and grabs his grappling hook.
Oh.
And ties it to his 50 feet of silk rope. And
oh shit!
Tosses it up.
I forgot you had that for a second there. Fuck. That's cool though. I'm glad you get to use it.
Do you want me to roll a throw, or say?
I'm gonna get you to roll a standard attack. I assume because the way this thing works, yeah, you got to aim and fire it and all that.
I got a 4, and then shit, I don't know what the fucking.
It'd be a ranged attack.
A dexterity.
So... Okay, then that'd be
plus
a
proficiency
4.
if that applies.
It's gonna apply with this device, based on your whip. Ooh. Oh my god!
I would have gotten a 11.
An 11. Okay. So you fire it, and it's a pretty good angle. You think it's gonna catch, but it doesn't grab. It bounces off, and it kind of ricochets down and lands in your vicinity.
I hope you missed that one. I'll try again. Stand back. And he throws it.
He says, okay. And he like shuffles back a little bit. You see his little head peeking out.
Well, you missed that one. 24.
24. Oh yeah, perfect. It lands, it grabs deeply, you give it a yank, and it's as secure as can be.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
The sun was in your eyes. That's why you missed the first time. It happens to everybody.
I am going to equip my climber's kit, grabbing more stuff off my sled, and climb up.
Okay. Given that you have all this equipment and that climb itself isn't overly treacherous, especially now that you have a firm grappling hook to hold on to, you manage to make it up pretty steadily. After a few minutes of climbing, you pull yourself up to the top where the dwarf eagerly awaits you. You are, now that you're close enough to him, you can plainly see that he is, as described, he is plain, like he is shaven, clean shaven. He's wearing dirty elven clothing.
Ugh.
Yeah. And he, instead of the traditional sort of dwarven beard beads and all those kinds of jewelry that they have in their hair, he has earrings and such that denote sort of the jewelry and stuff that you would wear if you were a high elf.
Oh.
What a
and as you pull yourself up, he says, "Oh, I'm so glad you're here. I'm terribly lost, and I was beginning to think I couldn't get myself down."
Yeah, I've been following your tracks all over the mountain range. How did you get up here with a missing leg?
He points down to the opposite side of the rock that you hadn't had an opportunity to go around yet, and you can see that pretty much on the opposite side of the rock is a big dead tall tree that is just smashed into pieces, and he points down and says, well, that was leaning against the rock. When I climbed up, though, I tipped it, and it fell over and smashed, so I was stranded up here. I was trying to get a better view so I could see where I am.
Well, I came across your workshop and ran into your little doll. He told me general description, and I just followed your tracks here. I don't know exactly where you're headed, but I could take you back to the Dwarven Fortress, where my friends are.
He squints at you when you say Dwarven Fortress, and he seems to be a little bit confused. He says, no, it's it's still gonna give him confusion, and he says, Dwarven Forge? What do you mean by a Dwarven Forge? There's no forges around here.
Yes, there is.
He looks at you a little bit more suspiciously now. He said, concern is going across his face. He said, no, there's not. There's never been any Dwarven Forges in Morwen.
Oh, what a fucked up human being.
Do you know where you are, sir? Did you hit your head?
He says, yeah, I assume I'm in the mountains of Morwen.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where I am, right?
You're not.
Okay, well, where am I then?
Welcome to the Dordian Cabernet.
Cabernet.
What is that?
Okay,
Cabernet.
so
Cabernet.
you are in the Undush Mountains. That is where you are.
Mountain.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Undush Mountains, retard.
Fucking amazing.
He doesn't say that.
I'm gonna get you to roll persuasion because you are telling the truth.
But he doesn't believe it.
Well, I want to see if he believes you. Yeah.
No.
He waves a hand at you. Stop joking, human. I know I'm in the Morwen Mountains. I know that for sure. This has got to be close to the Fey portal. I just have to find it. I know I was a little bit off my coordinates when I cast my spell, but I'm sure the Fey portal is around here somewhere. Oh. Come now, please help. You can tell me where I am. Stop joking around.
What's going on? Holy
you followed
shit.
my tracks.
I did. I even bumped into the group of goblins you encountered.
His eyes light up and he says, "Oh, do they still have my backpack? Was it kept safe?"
A day ago.
But they still have it, right?
Aye.
Okay. Well, if you can get me down, I'll go and I can go back there and maybe get my backpack before they run off, and then I'll keep looking for this Fey portal.
I think you should stick with me. It looks like you've had... I shouldn't say looks. I know you've had quite the troubles in this forest.
I'm going to get you to roll persuasion once again.
This motherfucker.
Well, I mean, you tried to tell him that he's an entire continent away where he thinks he is, so... Oh, shit.
It's 3.
He says, I don't want to burden you. You seem like somebody who's got more important things to do, and besides, it's I have some serious things to attend to, and I can't be playing around and joking around.
Nephis begins taking off his climber's kit and starts putting on the dwarf.
He's not going to resist, but he is puzzled, and he says, "What are you doing? What is this?"
Think you can climb down without this?
Oh, yes, of course, climbing down. Yeah, okay, sure. And then he kind of helps you out. And he's very awkward about it. This is not a person who is accustomed to
human
being
interaction.
Being out in nature, and the harness is weird, and he doesn't really know what he's doing. He's very awkward.
Nephis helps him fasten it on to himself, and then he attaches the rope to the harness and helps guide him down.
Okay. All right. And I assume
Nephis
you're
would be
taking
traversing down without the harness, yeah.
Okay, that's going to be an athletics check, I believe, is for climbing.
29.
Oh, you're fine. You make it down perfectly.
Excellent.
This is my first time. Be gentle, human. Amazing. Well, okay. So you. Thank you. So you make it to the ground, and the dwarf makes it to the ground as well, intact and unharmed. He thanks you for your help, and then he asks if you could point him in the direction of this goblin camp.
I can, but it will be in. What's the mountain range called again?
It's Undersh Mountains.
Yes, I can, but it'll be in the Undersh Mountains.
Oh, thank you.
He kind of snarls at the dwarf.
He chuckles at you dryly and says, "Haha, yes, the same joke." And he pulls out a map, a very nice looking map, and he like on the continent of Morrowind, where we have on this little world map here. And he points somewhere around the center, and he says, "Just show me here where we are, and show me where the camp is, and I'll be on my way. I can't find this lake on my map anywhere. It doesn't make sense. Can you just show me where these features are?"
Nephis covers one of his nostrils and shoots at a snot ball and goes back to his sled and grabs his map and case, pulls it out, and he points to the Dordian Kaganate, the mountain range, and he taps on it. There's your lake, buddy.
Okay, I'm gonna get you to do a persuasion with advantage this time.
Hell yeah.
18.
Yeah.
Okay.
Finally.
He looks at your map, and then he looks around, and he's like checking out the valleys around you, and then looks back at the map again, and then his face goes from like, oh fucking, I'll just look at this guy, and then it's like kind of that meme with the French cook where he like reads the letter and then he starts reading it slowly and his eyes get wide. He's like, "Oh shit, he's right. Fuck." Kind of thing like that. And he looks at you. He says, "How could this be? I don't understand. I'm half a world away."
I would like to roll history
Yes.
on Morrowind. Is it occupied by elves primarily?
So I'll give you the common knowledge on it. That way, and then if you want to roll history for anything more specific, then we can see what else you want. But common knowledge is Morrowind is the land of the High Elves. The High Elves themselves are fairly closed off. They don't spend a lot of time really interacting with the other nations. They keep to themselves. They're not like fanatical in their isolationism, but they don't really have any claim on the world and its events. They just don't care.
Gotcha. I rolled a 10 to know if is it normal for shaven dwarves to reside in Morrowind?
So 10 plus whatever your else, or is that just
that's
straight 10?
Yeah.
You don't know anything about the fashion / cultural norms of the High Elves. You've never really met a High Elf before. You don't know what they look like. You don't know what dwarves from there are gonna look like. You've never really heard of dwarves on that part of the world either.
So tell me, what is a dwarf who thinks he's in Morrowind doing all the way here?
He tells you that he was actually born and raised in Morrowind among the elves. His parents died when he was a young child, and he was raised by an elven family. And because of that, he does not know anything about his dwarven heritage. So he only knows elven culture. He ended up becoming an artificer, specializing in creating constructs, and he was doing an experiment on creating a construct that was able to help in the Feywild and pass through the portals, but he accidentally teleported his workshop to where he thought he was going to be next. He thought he had teleported himself next to the Fey portal that is in Morrowind, because something had gone horribly wrong, and then he realizes now it was actually a lot worse than it really is.
Well, lucky for you, like I said earlier, there is a dwarven forge nearby. I could take you to that after we grab your stuff from the goblins. Yeah.
The dwarf agrees to accompany you back to grab his stuff, and he thinks that just getting anywhere at this point is good, as his stomach sort of grumbles, and he looks like shit, and he's kind of getting sadder and sadder as he realizes exactly how far from home he really is.
I tell him, hop on the back of the sled. There's a ration in one of the bags.
Okay, hang on, let me just... I have a thing.
Can I ask a question? It might just be me not hearing things. He was pinned up against a rock, right?
So he was stuck on top of a giant boulder. What had happened, and he told this story later, what had happened was he climbed up on top of the boulder to get his bearings, because he was entirely unable to figure out where the fuck he was. Obviously,
bag. How'd you get over there?
It's Grimnar. Look, hooray! Little guy with his backpack. So he'd gone up and climbed up a tree that was leaned against it, and then by the time he'd gotten up there, he accidentally knocked the tree over. Yeah.
I was
What a dummy.
wondering how it all connected. I didn't hear it all, I guess.
Oh, that's fine. He's a klutz with a metal foot. Of course he's clumsy.
Why is he climbing boulders with metal foot?
Because he's stupid. He's a stupid fucking half-breed.
Because he's
made a claw
lost.
attachment, spike attachment for his leg.
Yeah.
Shoulda.
He's an artificer.
He was ill-prepared.
Should have whittled something out of the tree.
I grabbed Wilderness Survival for Dummies.
Should have read a book. So he'll hang out with you and allow you to take him back to the goblin camp. And it's about mid-morning at this point in time, so you still have most of the day for you to do stuff.
Gotcha, yeah. I head back to the goblin camp to grab his supplies, and then afterwards I have the intention to head back to the forge.
Yes.
Or sorry, actually to head back to his fucking weird place, his little hobbit hole in the ground.
Yeah. So when you get back to the goblin, is this gonna work? Yes, it is. Okay, you get back to the goblin campsite, and we're just really quickly gonna do something here. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna delete that because it's cool.
I can't erase the shit I drew.
Oh, great.
It's like floating above the fucking table.
That's floating above the table.
Look what you've done.
I can't get
Why do
rid
you
of
always
it.
do this?
I don't know. I just drew wings around Isaac one time because he was flying.
Look what you've done.
You can't get rid of it.
Just gonna use
Devon,
this because it's a readily easily made camp with a campfire.
Oh.
18 by 18 by 1. I know that means something, and I know it can use it for something.
That's for resizing it.
Okay.
So it has the grid. Oh.
Oops, sorry.
Oh.
Let me just move that out of the way. I'm stupid and I bought a wireless mouse because I'm cheap, and the wireless
what
mouse
an
is
idiot.
running out of battery. So if I hold the mouse button, sometimes it just lets
Chris, your
itself go.
mouse has been running out of battery for like 2 weeks.
I'm broke. I haven't worked in almost like.
Why would you
3 or
buy
4
a
weeks.
Okay, look. Why would you buy a wireless?
Okay.
Let me finish. Why would you buy a wireless
So
mouse?
why would
Wouldn't
it-
that be more expensive than just a basic wired one?
Okay,
He
here's
bought
why.
the Logitech.
Here we fucking go with this shit.
Here's why. You
Logitech.
ready? Because when I was living up in the kind of little place in the middle of nowhere, there's a lot of like, it was a really dry house and everything was carpet. There was a lot of static electricity, and I killed 2 gaming mouses that were wired. So I got fed up after having spent $100 on like, or whatever, how many dollars I spent on a really nice mouse, and frying it because I got staticked up with my thick woolly socks and I touched it and fucking killed the mouse. So I got a
That's fucked
shitty
up.
fucking like the cheapest Logitech wireless mouse possible, and it hasn't died, which is cool. But now I'm broke and I'm in a place where I don't need to worry about static electricity, so I can't buy a new mouse.
Man, you
That's
should
why
have just
I afford
grounded
batteries.
yourself.
I also can't afford more batteries right now either. So
Do you need me to send you batteries through
Okay,
Amazon?
let's-
I
Food,
honestly
please.
would prefer to get my shit sorted out, which is happening. It just sadly means that my mouse
Food,
is fucked.
please.
Anyways, that's
You want
my
me to
sad story
overnight this
about-
shit?
No, I
Overnight
got
some
it under control. It's just in progress. Shh, it's fine. I just need the government to give me my money.
Guys, let's start a GoFundMe for Chris's batteries.
Please,
Eat 'em.
I'm broke. I need my lunch money. Anyways,
So upon arrival to the
yes, thank
camp,
you. Upon
are they
arrival
still
to the
there?
camp, there is 2. If I remember correctly, there were like 3 or 4 goblins last time, right?
I don't know.
Okay, well, I remember there being 3 or 4 goblins there at the time that when you had gone back to the camp. So I'm gonna make use of the orcs again.
That's just
Damn,
a
they got
hoggin.
small heads.
Actually, hang on. You know what? I like these
Suck a
dudes. They're
hoggin.
cooler.
Keeners.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the knoll because I think the knoll is cool, and then I'm gonna paint it green. Yeah. Where the fuck did he go? There he is.
He's right here.
Why is it? Okay, it looks like I have 2. I guess that's cool. That's cool.
He's going.
He's green.
Big up Sophia Blair in chat says she'll participate in the GoFundMe.
Amazing. Okay. So there's 1, there's 2. Shit. Devon, you need to give me my little crown permission thing.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Okay.
Chris, we
something with
got
you,
all
Chris.
hands on deck to get you your mouse working.
Perfect. Finally, I can click on things again. Okay, so there's 3 goblins. They're hanging out, and they see you come back, and you have Grimnar, and they're like, hey, you're back. The backpack, which for the sake of things, like it was kind of over here the last time you saw it, because they had left it, they didn't really care, they didn't really look in it. But now it's over here
I will murder them
by
all.
this guy.
You bring the guy back, and it's like, I'm just gonna make you watch as I kill these guys who helped you.
Nephis gets off the sled and beelines towards the backpack without saying a word to the
Goblins. Well, as you start walking, like when you get to about, let's say, here, and it's I feel like this is the distance when it would become pretty obvious to anybody what you're going for. And as you do that, this he's not a gnoll. I'm gonna call him Goblin Big Boss. He's got an eye patch. He's really cool. And he takes the backpack and he pats it closer to him. So then it's kind of under his arm, and he's sitting on a log, and he says, I had a look in this backpack here, and there's some pretty nifty stuff that looks like it could fetch a high price on the market. I think we're going to keep this.
Nephis punches the goblin in the face.
Okay.
Yes.
Roll initiative. I'm going to roll my initiative. Yes!
Fuck.
I hope Nephis has surprise.
I
Probably not.
8.
You got an 8. This goblin also got an 8. Hang on. Don't roll off yet. I want to get their stats. Good goblin. Gnoll. Goblin. Gnoll. Sorry.
I'm not a gnoll. I'm a gnoblin.
Gnome. Okay, there we go. Goblins. All right. Fucking Christ. He's got +2, so 8. That's 10. So we're gonna do.
Okay.
What's your total dex? Oh, sorry. What's your total initiative? 8?
It is 8. Yeah.
Okay. So that's him, and then. Oh fucking Jesus! Wow, that guy's really fast. It's okay. I'm just getting the initiative set up, and then we're gonna see if you can. Okay. 20, 16, 10. So, and then 8.
Gabaganoosh.
I really appreciate Xane and the silent zingers. All right, so because it's so abrupt, I will give you the surprise round. So I will allow you for free to act or take your turn before we fall into regular combat.
I punch him in the fucking face unarmed.
All right, roll to hit.
Would I? What do I play for a unarmed melee attack?
It would be strength and proficiency.
Yes.
Yes, so that would be a +4, and what is that? 18 to hit.
18 to hit. It hits.
You one plus your strength modifier damage.
I do 2 damage to his face.
To his face, specifically.
To his face. All right. And for the drama of it, you punch him in the face, and he just goes toppling backwards off of the fucking stump that he was sitting on, like sprawls out on the ground. And you are now in combat.
Damn.
That's okay.
I ain't got no armor. All I got is a knife on me.
Oh no! What are you doing, Nephis?
I'm fucking. I'm saving this asshole.
Should have brought someone with you.
I'm gonna fucking.
I hope patrol's nearby.
I don't need shit.
You do at least have a weapon on you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Fuck. I thought I remember you saying that you had a weapon on you. I just now that you said you had no armor, I wanted to make sure. Anyway, so
I can make do with the dagger.
So this guy here pulls out a spear, and he comes running up to you, and he's going to attack, and he's going to make his he's going to make his attack with a +4. That's not a roll. 5 + 4 is 9.
Base AC is 10 plus
He
Dex.
misses.
Yeah, I have my dex is or AC is 14.
Yeah.
And this guy here, thank you for letting me know. Let's see, 14.
We got like
Don't worry.
fully kitted out at the forge. How do you not have armor?
Because I left it so it could be enhanced.
Oh.
So this guy fires. This guy being the one over here. He reaches and grabs for his bow, and he pulls an arrow out and out of its quiver, which is just sitting on the ground. He fires an arrow at you, and he hits you with a 14.
Ooh.
And he deals 5 piercing damage to you.
Copy that.
Nephis becomes enraged. He's actually a barbarian.
And then Buddy in front of you spends his movement to get up, and he draws his knife, and he tries to attack. 12 plus 4, 3, 4, 15, 16, and he deals. What are you plus 2? So he deals 5 damage to you.
Copy that.
It is now Nephis's turn.
Nephis is going to you can draw a weapon as a free action, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm going to pull out my dagger and fucking stab the guy that stabbed me initially, this asshole.
He
Okay.
missed.
What?
The guy who missed?
Oh, I forgot he did miss. Okay, I got confused. I might actually stab the guy I punched in the face.
Totally cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
got it.
prone. You roll at advantage, right?
No,
No,
he
he
got
got
back up.
Oh, okay.
14 to hit.
14 against this guy does not hit.
Okay, slashing back on that same cut. He's going to cut again. 15.
15 does not hit. I will tell you the magic number is 17 for him.
Oh.
Copy.
He's a big boss.
Goblin Big Boss, 17.
He knows all your moves.
Copy that. Let me check one thing real quick. Okay. Nephis ends his turn.
Okay. So little buddy behind you is going to try and attack as well. Oh, interesting. Okay, cool. So this is little minion dude. He rolls a 7 plus 4 is 9. He misses with his. He swipes at you with his spear and he misses.
Never mind.
Shut up, fucking pervert. You weirdo.
Go back to the knotted kobold where you belong.
Oh.
The archer fires an arrow at you and it sails over your shoulder and misses. He then, as a bonus action, decides to try and hide. Hops down behind the log and he. There we go. Okay, what's your no, sorry, hang on.
Oh shit, he
It's
can hide
20.
as a bonus
Passive.
action? Damn.
Yes, he has nimble escape. The goblin can take the disengage or hide action as a bonus action on each of its turns.
What a fucking bitch.
So he
Yep,
jumps behind
you
the
got-
log.
Huh.
That's a powerful move, Nephis.
Yeah.
I'm gonna state that
Action
because I can't remember if passive perception, if you're rolling stealth like he just did, if passive perception is something that he has to beat.
Passive
think so.
Better not be
perception
seen.
is the floor of Nephis's rolls. So if he rolls at minimum, his perception is that
20.
Yeah.
Okay, so he basically sees everything all the time with a 20, unless something rolls above a 20.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so he hides behind a log, and he like starts shuffling around a little bit to get himself like out of place. But you can hear him moving around and essentially like echolocation of a bat, or whatever the hell it is that makes you so like spider senses. But you know he's there. I'm putting him upside down just because he's trying to hide, but you know that he's there.
He's in cover pretty much though.
Yeah, he is in full cover from you at this moment in time.
Copy that.
Oh.
And that's his turn. And then Big Boss. Big Boss is gonna swipe at you.
Come on, you bitch.
Oh, he misses his first attack. Oh no, sorry, he only gets one attack. So he misses his first attack, and he's going to disengage as a bonus action. And he's going to go 1, 2, 5, 10, 15. He's gonna like run on the other side of the fire. And he's gonna say to you, "Come on, what are you being silly for? There's 3 of us and 1 of you. You could just leave with your life right now."
Does Nephis get an opportunity attack as he moves away?
Nope, because of Nimble Escape, he can disengage or
Oh.
hide as a bonus action on each of his turns.
They all have it.
Yes.
Because they're all goblins.
The goblins!
Noblin.
Can I
it is-
respond as a to his
You
thing?
can. It is also your turn.
It's not your bag. And then he looking at this the boss, he slashes out the corner of his eye at the goblin next to him.
Okay.
Two slashes. Oh man, this is not going good.
Okay.
Like a fucking retard. Slash.
You staring directly at him.
13
maintaining direct eye
and
contact,
9.
and just start wiggling out of the fucking side of your vision at the goblin. He's just kind of like dancing back from your blade. Like, what the fuck?
The fuck?
Amazing.
And then
okay.
as I use 5 feet to move this, not triggering any opportunity attacks, and I end my turn.
You end your turn. All right. So it goes up to Buddy here, and he's going to attack you. You are, well, I guess you were flanked before, but I just remembered that flanking is a thing. No, I'm going to maintain the standard that I've maintained. I'm not going to do that.
I don't
we've
think
ever used
flanking is a
flanking
thing.
before,
It's
have
only
we?
in Pathfinder.
Yeah.
Is it? I
Yeah.
thought it was. Okay.
If we were playing
It's been brought up
D&D
before. That's the
3rd
only reason
edition,
I've stated.
Oh, and not third.
I don't know if it was in 4th edition, but I do remember I used to play D&D a long time ago. Flanking used
A
to be a
long,
thing.
long time ago. Back in the AD&D days.
I never played 4th.
Okay, fuck, doesn't matter then. Okay, cool. Okay, I remember hearing flank once, and then I thought, oh, that might be a thing. Anyways, he had hit you with an 18, and he's going to deal 5 damage to you. And then he's actually going to stay where he is. No, actually, sorry. He's going to shuffle, as you had shuffled, he's going to shuffle again just above you, and then he's going to end his turn. And the archer, who still thinks that he is like stealthy, he is going to roll stealth because he has no reason to believe that he's been detected. Wow, that was spinny. Okay, still thinking that he's like Sam. What's that? Splinter Cell Man. He's gonna like
Splinter Fisher.
Max
Sam
Payne.
Splinter Fisher. He's gonna like sneak his way up here, but again, you definitely see it. And he's gonna hide behind this log, and then he's going to fire an arrow at you. Coming out of nowhere. 18. Oh wow, he actually hits. Cool. Thinking that he's stealthy, and he deals another 5 damage.
Shit.
Is it my turn or is it the big boss?
It's a big boss. Holy shit.
What's the dwarf doing?
The dwarf, he's shitting his pants. 11. Okay, he misses. The boss misses. Oh, he misses his attack, and he is going to... He's going to stand his ground. It is your turn.
I'm going to
I
make
feel
2
like-
strikes at
Okay.
him with the dagger. I get a 17
And a 10.
17 and a 10. The 17
Aye.
definitely hits.
Oh, that was lagged, but I got 8 damage to him.
8 damage. Roger that.
And I move. I dive diagonally between them.
Are you sure you
Ooh.
calculated that right?
It was 6
Wouldn't it
damage
be
with
more?
the roll. Why would it have been more?
Because you add
Oh.
your dexterity.
Yeah, assuming you're
I've
attacking
never
with
added
dex.
dexterity with for any of my attacks.
Oh,
You're using a finesse capable weapon. You can add dex. Otherwise, you add
yeah.
strength.
So it would be 6 plus 4, right? Unless you have
Well, I
something
get
else to add.
+2 since it's a one-handed, so I would have gotten
Oh, 12 damage.
12 damage. Yeah.
Okay. Holy shit. That does make a significant difference. Okay, he's looking pretty
position myself
bad.
there.
Yes, you can. So you sort of duck and weave and roll through their through all their shit, and you give him a good slash across the chest, and it leaves like it cuts through his it cuts through a pre-existing sort of rip in his chain shirt, and he's bleeding now. You got him good, and he snarls at you and prepares to do whatever the fuck he does next. Oops, sorry, I meant to do this. Oh, ooh. There we go. Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Okay. So other buddy's gonna swing. And he misses. The archer is going to try and sneak around again. Fuck. He rolls his stealth. 18 plus 6. You said your passive perception
20.
was 20. Okay. This time he actually does disappear, and you're not quite sure where he is.
Copy that.
Or he's finally able to evade.
It's because he's high up.
Because he's high up. But no arrows come sailing out of anywhere as you are preoccupied doing your thing.
Copy that.
And next is the Gobbo boss, which I don't know why I threw my die back in here. Okay, he's going to slash at you. 12. Okay, he hits you for his 5. And then he is going to disengage as a bonus action, and he's going to move 5, 10. Oh, fucking hell. 5, 10, 15 feet away.
Copy that. Nephis moves towards him, triggering attack of opportunity, but with escape the horde, he has to roll with disadvantage.
Roger that. He's going to take his attack of opportunity with disadvantage. Oh, fuck. Go fund me batteries.
Ooh.
Okay, so his lowest roll is a 1, and this guy is going to try and stab out at you with his spear. And in his glee to try and get you for good, he actually kind of throws his spear accidentally and just goes fucking sailing away.
Rushing towards the Gobbo boss, Nephis slashes twice again. Oh my god.
Seriously?
Fucking 2 4s?
He's ducking and weaving out of your attacks, and he begins to taunt you mockingly as he's evading.
Hell yeah.
Try some different dice next run.
Throw those dice out.
Nephis, he rolls over here and then rolls behind him,
Fuck yeah.
and he ends his turn.
Okay, so this guy.
It's rocks.
Fucking hell. Alright, so this guy pulls out a knife because he doesn't have his spear anymore. Oh, shit. Stupid fucking mouse.
Why would you do that?
Horse blows up.
That's not what I wanted to do. Fucking hell.
Oh my god.
There. Okay. He jumps up on the sled and he wrestles with the shitty dwarf, and the dwarf is gonna wrestle with him. This is for the goblin. He gets an 18 minus 1 is a 17. Oh, fuck off. The dwarf 13. Okay, so this goblin gets a hold of, he grapples with and gets a hold of the dwarf and holds a knife to his throat and says, "Keep moving and I'm gonna slit his throat."
Oh.
Where Nephis does not respond until his turn.
Yeah. This goblin is gonna fucking... Hang on, let me see. He was there. I'm gonna see if he's still good at his stealth. 13 plus. Okay, he steps on a stick as he's moving around, and he seems to have been there, and then at some point, like, he comes out from behind this rock when you hear him, and he moves over to this tree, and he has his bow drawn, and he's pointing at you. And the goblin boss, he's going to disengage, and he's going to take. Sorry, no, he's not going to disengage, but he's gonna like point his knife at you, and he's not going to attack, but he's ready to do something. And it's now your turn.
Nephis says, "Then I'll have to gut you all," and he attacks the boss.
Oh.
Oh,
Here we go.
hell yeah!
See some fucking damage.
That is 9 plus 2. Oh god, that's gonna be.
Did you roll both your attacks at once?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so just add +8 to make it easy. Well, it'd be +2 +4 +8 because you're +2 and +4 dex. So you add 12 to whatever you have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's a lot of math. I'm gonna just tell you after you reach 7, if you can count to 7 before rolling anything, you kill him.
Oh my god.
I stick my blade into his gut and pull up and disembowel him.
Fuck yeah, you do that. You just completely eviscerate this guy's bowels, and he falls over dead. And I'm gonna get you to roll intimidation for free to see if these guys break or not.
Oh, you want me to roll intimidation? Sorry.
Yeah.
Copy that.
For free.
11.
11. And these guys are gonna... Oh, fuck off. And... Okay, so this guy, upon seeing you completely exsanguinate his boss, he drops the knife and he takes off running into the night.
Fuck yeah.
Oh.
Without another word. But the archer, who is up on the hill, he still feels I guess good enough about himself. He doesn't let the arrow out of his bow. He's still up here, and he says, "Not one more step or I'll shoot. I'm taking that backpack and I'm leaving. We'll both go our separate ways."
Damn, dude.
He's got some gonads.
Nephis just lowers his head and looks at him from the top of his eyes, and he begins to. Is this difficult terrain?
It is not. It is a hill, but it's a gentle. You can get up there no easy. It's fine.
I mean, if it was, don't you have 30 feet of movement?
Yes, and also I was going to say it won't matter because I have This is my favorite terrain, and I also have long stride. Nephis charges the archer.
Okay. He's gonna use his reaction to fire.
Shoot all you want. I'm bulletproof.
Oh, he misses anyways. He's shocked.
He's too
shocked by
frightened.
your sudden charge.
Oh, natural 20 on one of
Nat
the hits.
20.
Oh my shit.
Nat 20 and unnatural 20.
We're I get
He's probably
I
dead.
get it.
Wow.
Plus 4, 12 on the first one.
Okay, you kill him outright. I'm not even gonna. He's got 7 hit points. You fucking kill him outright.
Hell yeah.
How do you kill this man? This goblin? You
I
charging
stabbed
at it?
I thrust the blade into his stomach with the first hit, and then I pull it out and jab it into his neck, severing his spine.
God damn!
Oh.
Jesus Christ! It's Jason Bourne.
And I throw him back into the log.
Nephis
Fuck
just
yeah.
needed time to warm up.
You've
Aye.
killed all 3 goblins, and the dwarf is very happy with you, and he like shuffles.
Oh, I
up
guess
to
the
his-
one who ran away had a heart attack, huh?
He died of fright.
It ran off into the night. He ran off. It's into the. Oh, it's not the night. He
Nephis
ran
killed
off
the
into the
spirit.
woods. Oh, he didn't want to die.
You will.
But he gets
will.
his backpack and he says, "Oh wow, that was amazing! They had you. Looked like they had you on the ropes for a second, but you dealt with them. You dealt with them real fast. Wow, thank you so much."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nephis starts pulling out the barbed arrows that are in
Shit,
his
sorry.
chest. Oh,
Sorry, that's my shitty mouse. I'm trying to get the dwarf off your sled. There we go. He's off the sled.
the dwarf.
Dwarf.
We need more funding.
Funding.
Listen to me, people. We need more funding. Nephis uses lay on hands on him. No, not lay on hands. Sorry, cure wounds to
Nephis
heal.
stays his hands on himself.
I forgot. It's fucking Pathfinder. I'll get the roll for that later, but
Yeah, for sure.
he tells the dwarf, "Get on, start making way to that little hole in the ground that you crawled out of.
Okay.
Grab your toys."
So it takes about 2 hours to get back to where you remember the workshop to be. When you get there, looks just as abandoned and overgrown as you remember it to be. The dwarf happily kind of stumbles his way over to the entrance and looks inside, and he brings out a little brass instrument from his backpack, and he presses a toggle, and it lights up, and it illuminates most of the room, and he starts looking around. He says, "Oh, it's such a mess. I don't know how I'm ever going to rebuild, but thank you so much for bringing me back here. I was so lost. Where did you say this dwarven forge is?"
I'll be taking you to it.
Oh, okay. Is it very far?
It's not
I'll tell
far.
you. Yeah, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
It's not that far.
No, it's not.
He says you've done such a kindness to me. I'd like to I insist on paying you for your efforts. Is there I'm as I said earlier, I make these constructs. I don't really have any money or anything. It's all been left behind, but I can give you one of my creations if you so choose.
Will it look like the abomination that's in there?
He looks around, and very conveniently for everybody, the little lab assistant that you had first been introduced to sort of wakes up at the sound of its master's voice, and it comes out and goes, "Oh my god, hey, master's here," doing its little thing. And the dwarf Grimnar looks at his little assistant. He says, No, this was this was once a prototype. This is I just keep them around because I have an attachment to it. The ones that I've created since are more sophisticated and a little bit less. There's a little bit less personality to them.
Oh.
And he kind of shoves.
Sure,
I'll
take whatever you're offering.
He shoves the little thing out of the way, and he opens up one of many of the cabinets and storage chests and stuff out there that are in there, and he opens it up, and there's a series of inanimate constructs of different configurations, and he says, "I'll if you would like to, if any of them suit your fancy, I'll give you one to take with you, and I can also give you some spare parts if it ever breaks."
Oh.
So he has this.
Oh.
Yep. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say what is the selection, but I think you're getting to that.
Yes. Okay. So it's going to be a challenge for me to explain kind of how this thing works with an in-game explanation. So I'm gonna offer it to you as simple. So what you have is a mechanical familiar with the rules of Find Familiar spell, which I linked to earlier. And instead of if you are looking at it, instead of like a bat, cat, crab, frog, hog, lizard, what all that shit, like that's all little animals. These are constructs that do have the ability to do fly or swim or do a few other things of different types. So one of them is what looks to be a scorpion, and they're all small or tiny in size. So the scorpion one, as part of its scorpion's tail, it has instead of a stinger, it's essentially a syringe.
Ugh.
And what it does is the guy explains to you, basically it can extract fluids into vials. So it can climb and it can go into smaller places, and it can extract and store things in vials, and you can take those vials out and replace it in vials. So if you want to store different things, and he explains to you that he used it as a research tool to extract like different saps and different other liquids and resins and stuff from different plants for his work. But it can also be used to take samples of other things. So he offers you that. There's another one which can fly. It hovers and flies, and they can travel pretty fast. He says he uses it as a messenger or as essentially a scout. And there's underwater. It's an amphibious machine that uses it's an underwater thing, but can also go on land, and it goes around. It's meant as a delivery device, so it can carry things that are larger than it, and it can also swim through the water, and it can move at a fairly normal rate. It's meant to be a pack animal that can go across rough terrain and not really have any obstacles to deliver packages and stuff like that. So it can carry up to twice its size. So it can carry medium things or smaller.
And that's the last one.
I have a few others, but it's one of those like there's a few different ones. I have them written down, but it's going to take some time. If there's something specific that you're looking for, I can instead of just going through the list, like would you like one that flies or one that swims? There's also ones that can be used. They have a head of a spyglass essentially, and what you can do is you can use it kind of as a remote telescope.
Oh.
So it has an eyepiece that you can look into, and you can see through where it's looking.
Oh.
And he says it's used for prospecting or for investigating like hard to reach places is what he designed it for. And he's giving you examples of like basically when he takes these out, like I'm trying to explain to them through what their intended design is, but they're not specifically just used for that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one, so this one's meant for that. And for the purposes of a lot of these, for instance, with that one, the benefit for that is like you can see through its eyes, and it will allow you to use for find familiar. There's a few things like where is it? Not the temporary dismiss. While your familiar is within 100 feet of you, you communicate with it telepathically. You can see through your familiar's eyes, all that kind of stuff. But as well, there's you can cast spells as if it was there. So if it's like a touch spell, that's kind of what that can do. So you can see through it from far away, and you can also use it sort of as like a remote spotter for certain things.
Your little doll said that he has to run on some fuel. Is it the same with these?
So this guy tells you it's similar, but it's similar but more refined, and he tells you that these things are capable of essentially refining or finding their own fuel sources. And all they need to do is find a warm enough place to rest, and they can recharge via heat. They take thermal energy, and they can recharge through that. But they also can take more time to run between needing to recharge. He says they can go up to 7 days of normal use before recharging, and then if they're used excessively, they run for 3 days.
Gotcha.
And by excessive use, I mean like 24/7. Basically, as long as the amount of time it operating would be similar to suffering from exhaustion. With that much use would cause it to use only 3 days worth of energy.
I have a question. Is the list like in text, like digitized, or is it like
no? This
written?
is something that I homebrewed, and I was working through it, so I was writing it down, and I can later on post like a better description. That way, you can keep a copy of it. If there's one that's spoken to you already, I'll just note that and write that down for you. Or if you want to choose later and just say you want to pick one, or if they haven't interested you, that's cool too, because he also has like a ring that he'd like to offer you, and I'll tell you about that because it's not fair to just say ring. So it's a ring of Misty Step.
Oh.
It's a ring of Misty Step, and it has 3 charges per day, and then every day it'll return 1d3, which is essentially a d6 divided by 2, 1d3 charges.
And it allows you to cast Misty Step.
Misty Step, 3 charges.
Ooh. Yeah, these machinations don't really appeal to me. Maybe some of my other colleagues, or sorry, he wouldn't say colleagues. Some of my other friends. I don't want to. I can't find a word that.
It's okay.
Would work.
Yeah, some of your travel partners or whatever.
Friends, companions, yeah. Maybe they'd be interested if you want to take them to the fortress. But that ring, I'll take that.
He says absolutely, and he offers you up his ring, and he's willing to give away one of his machines to your companions when he gets to the thing.
Oh.
Because you were helpful and you saved his life.
Hell yeah. He gets to choose who gets it, though.
Yeah, he didn't. Sure. This guy doesn't mind. He doesn't have any issues with
that. Nephis helps him pack the stuff onto the sled and makes his way back to the forge. He's
only gonna collect like a few items. He's basically gonna like grab a few odds and ends, and then he tinkers with the door a little bit, and he creates in quite short succession like a strange lock. And he says, I'm just gonna secure my workshop to make sure nobody else can get in and mess with this stuff. And he has his little like lab assistant in his backpack, and he says, okay, I'm ready to go.
No, all right. I need some water.
Are you just gonna lead him back to the forge, I guess?
Yeah, I'm gonna take him to the forge.
Oh, bad. Well, when you drop him off, he bids his farewell and lets you know that he's going to be staying at like the local tavern, wherever it is, and he's going to get reacquainted with the area. And he thanks you very much for your help. So you can, at any point in time, just go and grab that extra reward from him whenever you wish. And he's going to basically stay here and get himself settled and ready to go, or
Copy
ready to
that.
do the next step of his life.
It looks like Khutula gets another item.
She doesn't know that.
She will. Nephis makes his way to Khutula. And if we want to switch to somebody else, since it's been on me for quite a while.
Yeah, so it's about afternoon, sort of. Now we'll say it's afternoon, so we'll backtrack in time just a little bit to the morning, so everybody is woken up at his morning time. Hooray, morning. Vinshenzo, you had a nice night out with your brother, and Carlos, you were hanging out with them too for however long you wanted to. Khutula, because you weren't here when I announced it, so you get given, and we'll say this is this day. So you return to Thoric and Timwo, the gnome and the dwarf duo who are going to work on some surprises for you. And they present you with their inventions that they tinkered on. And you get 3 flare bombs.
Ooh.
And a weapon called a suncaster.
Golly.
Yep. So I'll explain to you how these work. I told the other guys already what they are, so I'll explain to you how they work. So these things are based on solar elemental shards, and these shards gain power from basically direct sunlight. They recharge in the sun, they take up its power, and then they can radiate the power of the sun just a little bit smaller.
Mm-hmm.
So based on this concept, flare bombs are metal devices that are spherical that can fit in the palm of your hand. They're a little bit larger than a softball in size.
Okay.
They will emit sunlight when thrown in a 60-foot radius for 10 minutes. You can pick them up and deactivate them anytime within that 10-minute period, and they will deactivate, but they will not reset their power or that duration until they are exposed to direct sunlight for a day. So if you throw it and it sits there for 5 minutes and you deactivate it, it'll only have another 5 minutes left until you recharge it completely. And in order to charge it enough, you have to expose it for a full day, just in case I forgot to say that. The Suncaster is a heavy 2-handed weapon. It comes with 5 cartridges, which look like a shard of sun crystal, encased within a glass and brass cylinder. So the capsule in the middle is made of glass, and the 2 ends are capped with brass. And there's 5 of these. And with these, you can make a ranged attack with 120 feet range. It deals 4d6 radiant damage, and it consumes 1 cartridge. And these cartridges have the same rules as the flare bombs, where you leave them out to charge and then they gain their power back. But it's a one-use thing. You can only make a ranged attack once per turn, but if you have, for whatever reason, multi-attack, or if anybody else takes it, they can make a melee attack, which deals 1d6 damage, piercing, because it has a bayonet.
Okay.
So it's essentially like a musket. It looks a lot fancier than that. It's quite artful and pretty.
Mm-hmm.
But it fires these sun cartridges. Basically, it fires guiding bolt.
Okay.
I used the characteristics of guiding bolt without the advantage of being targeted or whatever the fuck it is.
Mm-hmm. Would you be able to just send me that in Discord so I can copy it to my sheet?
Yes, I will do that.
Perfect. Thank you.
So that's what they present you with. That it's not finished, but they give you these concepts, and like they have it almost completely built, and they tell you that it'll be ready by the end of the day. You can come pick it up.
Khutula is extremely excited.
Nice. Okay, I will just send you the comments for both of those. Yeah.
She claps her little hands together.
Yippee! Yippee! I'm just gonna write that down for you real quick. And that's what you get up to. So aside from you, I have Isaac, Carlos, and Vinshenzo. You have the morning is yours, the world is your oyster. All those things.
Hell yeah. I would just, unless there was anything else going on, I would probably just play at the tavern as much as I can. The nicer one. The one I'm staying at.
Understood. If you're gonna do that, you can roll your profession if you would like to do that for long enough to practice your profession.
Roll my profession? What?
Like for your, or sorry, not roll your profession. Practice your profession. When you get X number of gold pieces per day for doing your job.
Yes. Do you want me to roll performance?
Sorry, no, because you get that automatically as just genuine working, right? If I remember correctly. It's been a very long time since we've done that, so you can practice that if you'd like.
I would like to do that and try to gain more fans.
Okay.
And attract an audience.
Okay. If you'd like to go out, sure, you can go out of your way to do that. You can roll a performance for me for fans.
Hell yeah. Cool. Hiya. That is performance plus 11 plus 2. So plus 13, so 18 I rolled. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. So you play masterfully as always, and your tales and your songs and your stories and whatever it is that you're sharing with this crowd begins to bring in more people as some people leave, then come back with their friends, and other people are just staying and forgetting about whatever it is they have to do. Soon you are drawing quite a crowd, and the tavern keeper is pleased enough with your work and giving you all that, or giving him all this good business, that he tosses a few gold pieces your way during one of the breaks, and you gain 5 gold pieces. And he says, just a little tip from the extra money that I have coming in.
Oh wait, hold on a second.
Hold on a second.
You can roll a d4 and add the number. Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
What did I say? 18? I rolled a 21. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay. I feel like that's a little bit of a distance in between. Are you supposed to roll that like right after you get that, before you see the result, or is that just any time?
This is using my uncommon glamour weave, which says when you make a charisma performance or charisma persuasion check while wearing the uncommon version of glamour weave, you can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the check. Once you use this property, it can't be used again until the next dawn.
Okay.
I rolled an 18 and I got a 3, so that's 21, right? I said that?
Yeah. Okay.
Hell yeah.
In that case, yeah, I'll let that happen. You still get the amount of money. It's just more people are interested, and there's a lot of people staying. He gave you 5 gold pieces. I will state that this is not like for the entire day. Like, this is just at this point in time, we've reached about whatever time in the day that Nephis got back.
How much are the rooms in the inn again? And by the way, if you were staying in one of the rooms I paid for, I only said I would pay for the first night. Bitch.
Well, for you, it's free because your brother said that your money is no good here and that you are Like your expenses are being paid for.
Oh yeah.
So normally they would cost.
I think the rooms that I was in were pretty expensive.
They were pretty expensive. I can't recall
it was
offhand.
between 6 and 10 GP.
I had 5 in my head, but I think that makes sense. I'm gonna say 5 because when you ask the bartender, that's what he says. Because special price for you.
Hell yeah.
But he also points that out. He says, "Yeah, 5 gold pieces or something, but your brother's paying for your expenses, so
Hell yeah. Well, I would be remiss if I were to take a free room and not offer anything in return. I appreciate the patronage or the hospitality.
He's very thankful for your humility.
Yes.
120 feet. Okay.
My fake humility.
Your fake humility. Okay, cool.
I'm sweating, so I also have humidity.
Okay, and Carlos and Khutula are going to train for the morning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically how it's gonna go.
The
Yeah,
rapier.
Carlos is going to be basically practice sparring with Khutula, and at the beginning he's going to call out what maneuver or type of guard or whatever she should do to counter his incoming attack. And then he would call out what she should do in response for whatever he does. And he would do that quite a few times. Like each time they sparred, he would reduce the time of warning he would give before he would attack or have her counterattack. And he would do that for a while, each time reducing the time. And at the end, he would do a sparring match where he wouldn't call out anything at all, and he would evaluate how her skills were coming along.
Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. You guys are gonna fight each other. Khutula, you're going to gain the opportunity to fight with your rapier as if you were trained with it.
Oh,
All damage you deal due to the fact that this is sparring will be non-lethal, so nobody has to be worried about getting injured. But I want to see you two spar.
Okay.
And I want to
get a natural
fight.
one so you can kill each other.
Oof.
Oh no.
Yes.
Yeah, but the only way to learn is by sparring, and I'm gonna say, if Khutula wins, I will give her the trait.
Don't hold back, right. Carlos.
Sorry, let me rephrase that actually for the sake of it, because I don't think Khutula has the best stats, and I know you're tailored for this. Finish the fight, and you can get the trait.
Sir,
give it your best. Give it your all. Give it this. Finish the fight, Master Chief.
Use your spells on him. Do a cheap shot.
I'm not gonna say anything other than that.
Hold person.
If Carlos wants to set rules, that's up to Carlos and Khutula to agree on rules.
Carlos isn't a person anymore.
All right, so obviously, since this is going to be training her how to use the rapier, it's just going to be just rapier to rapier. However, Carlos will not be wearing any of his armor or not using his buckler. He'll just be wearing his clothes and using his sword. So his AC would only be 14.
Yeah, but I have the high ground.
Exactly. All right, should we roll for initiative?
Use the spells.
Don't use the spell. Cheating.
There's no referee. The two of you are the only ones in this sparring chamber.
Okay, I will allow Khutula the first strike.
Carlos is a reactionary fighter.
Levitate him. And then poke him.
Khutula strikes.
Carlos will give her every advantage.
That's a 7.
Copy
Oh,
that.
with advantage, you said?
No. Actually, I'm giving you every advantage.
I will point out, Carlos, that a sparring match, in order to really make sure she learns properly, you got to give it your all too.
Of course. I mean, I can't really
Kill
fudge
her.
the dice. So.
Dumbass.
I know. I'm just saying the words in case it's not.
Yeah, and I'm not. Oh,
Yeah.
hold on, my game froze a little bit there. I'm not gonna give her advantage on strikes or anything. I'm just not wearing my armor.
I was finishing up my notes and I heard the words Carlos is going to give her every advantage, and I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't like I'm going to willingly be hit.
No, here we
The
go.
words.
All right, so damn, 8 plus 8, 16.
That hits.
Do I
Knock
get
her
to
down.
choose whether or not to use sneak attack? Can I choose not to use it?
Yes.
Yes.
Kill
Alright.
her.
Kill her immediately. I don't know what happened, guys. She tripped. Alright, so that's let's look at it there. 5 plus 5, so that's 10
my
damage.
Oh
10 damage.
God.
Yeah.
Carlos just immediately knocks Khutula out and stands over her, pathetic.
I trained you better than this.
Kill him.
Come on, Khutula, keep your guard up.
attacks back. Growl.
Oh!
Well, do I add my proficiency bonus? If I'm
Yes.
acting as if I'm trained? Okay. So that'll be plus 6. 19.
That hits.
Okay, so it's a
Oh,
rapier
damn.
plus 1, 1d6 plus 3.
Rapier, isn't it 1d8?
Is it 1d8?
There's some epic dueling music for you.
Okay. Let me re-roll that then.
Yeah, if the roll is less than that, you can just use that roll. So roll that and see if you get better.
Join activity. What is Chris listening to?
Oh!
Hell yeah. Alright, so that's
8 plus 3, that's 11.
nice.
Kill.
Alright.
Oh, oops.
Carlos commends her attack and retaliates.
Ignore that PM.
Okay, 13 plus 8 is like 21 or
Did I
something.
just
Hits.
send a PM to everyone?
I don't know.
Alright,
A
I do
commendable
another
strike.
10 damage.
I didn't get a PM, so you're lucky there.
Okay, I'm listening.
Oh.
She attacks. Ooh,
That should be another
another
hit.
hit. Oh,
Oh.
that's 4
Solid.
damage.
Hit's a hit. Even if it's sloppy.
Ugh.
Sloppy.
Right. Make sure to attack with your body. Use your body as the strength.
Oh, kill her.
Ooh.
Kill
Fuck you,
her.
that's supposed to be a 5. I saw that.
I nudged it.
Sneak attack.
This is
No.
epic.
Kill her.
I'm bored, Khutula.
Oh no! Shit.
Kill.
Hold on. Why isn't it showing? Oh, I'm not close enough. Why did it get deleted? Is that not my dice?
What?
Oh, I rolled the wrong one. Let me roll that.
Oh, you roll a d10.
Yep.
What the hell?
Alright, so 6 plus 5, 11, 22 damage.
Oh my god.
Remember what I did there, Khutula. Use it as a lesson.
Bitch.
This is just like fighting games. I have no idea what's going on, and everyone's kicking my ass.
Wouldn't you want
Oh,
your armor
oh.
Natural 20!
for a sparring match so you don't accidentally die?
Or
Yeah, it's dulled weapons, like they don't have an edge. They have protective equipment.
he has scales now.
Oh.
Ah, so close. So that's
Oh.
1 plus
That's
1 plus...
4. Okay.
So 8.
Yeah.
Hey, that's
Wor-
so...
Hell yeah. That's
Khutula's trying her best, though.
whoa.
Surgically removing this.
I see that. That's cool.
11 plus...
No!
Oh my god!
It's fine.
Good thing I locked everything on my side.
If you do at minimum 2 damage, you win.
Yeah. I do minimum 2 damage.
All my shit's fucked up
Womp
now.
womp.
So she did, like... What'd she do, like 13 damage? No, more than that.
You weren't even tracking?
You did 23 damage to me. I had to do
So
math,
what'd
sorry.
she do, like nothing?
What's your HP
Oh, she
I
total?
did fucking
60.
nothing.
She did quite a... She hit me quite a few times.
24, 26, 28. Jesus.
Yeah, pretty
You know
good
what?
job. Pretty good job, Khutula. But you know what?
Wow.
Pretty good job, Khutula.
I'm gonna give it to you. That was a good fight. You know what?
Oh,
Khutula
there she
did
goes.
decently. You gain, you have received training in rapier.
Wow.
You are good enough to
Oh, here she
to
is.
be trained.
That was good, Khutula. You're still a little rough around the edges, but you have the fundamentals.
You're a ranger.
Oh.
Shit.
I don't know what my shit is missing.
You're missing nothing. All your shit's there, dude.
It's like
all there.
the fucking karate master
Oh, I
just
didn't-
gut
I
punching the
didn't see
child
that.
student, and they're like puking on the fucking ground. They're like, "You need to do better."
Jesus.
Wait, so she
Accidentally-
lost and she got the proficiency? What the?
Yeah, because I mean,
They finished the fight. I also said those words because... Well, I said those words at the very start, expecting like a little bit more of an interesting match. But I did promise that
Yeah.
if she finished the fight, that she
Look,
would
she-
get training.
she did hit, like... I think she only missed 1 attack on me, so...
Yeah.
so
The way I see it, you're not training her to a master's level. Or, she doesn't have the intense experience that you do, but
Yeah,
now
I know
she has the fundamentals down, so she's capable of like fighting with it. So that's what I'm saying, because she still has the restraints of whatever the fuck her
Why do I have
stats
two?
are.
Get rid of this shit.
yeah. She has the skills, but she's just a little slow.
Yeah. So she has very specifically weapon proficiency rapier.
Wow.
Okay, this was cool music, but anyways, yay, hooray! Training
Hooray. It finally happened.
finally happened.
This is I guess 3rd time's the charm, I think. I think that's the 3rd time we tried.
Yeah, you've been trying for a little bit for sure, but now you're good.
Figures you would create a heavy 2-handed weapon for the one character with -1 strength.
It's meant to be a big fucking gun. I'm sorry.
I'm just fucking with you. She'll use it like one of those
Dexterity-based.
Chinese mortars.
I was trying to
Strength doesn't
balance
really
it out.
matter for heavy two-handed. It's just you have to use it two-handed.
Yeah,
She's gonna use it like one of
remember
those
the-
Chinese mortars.
Remember the Chinese mortars?
The Chinese mortars.
It's not that powerful. The Chinese mortars were pretty cool though. It's a little bit better refined. And it uses weird magical like crystal dust things.
It's pretty.
It's nice.
Wow.
It's delivered at the end of the day. Okay, so by this time, Nephis, you have arrived at the stronghold with your dwarf buddy, and all that shit has happened. Actually, sorry. Ooh, wait, I forgot about Isaac. I'm sorry. Isaac, what would you like to do?
Check in on Bobag.
Yes, Bobag is he is recovering from his injuries or whatever the fuck happened to him. He's back. He's good. He's happy.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah. He managed. He's recovering and he's happy that he managed to make it through. And he's whenever you go and see him, he thanks you for everything you've done, and he offers you 20 gold pieces. And he says it's not much left, but he's found some family members who are going to take care of him, and he's starting a new life. And if it wasn't for you, he wouldn't have made it here. He says he's sorry that he couldn't give you more.
I decline the gold, but I wish him luck.
Oh, what a charitable man! What a nice young man. So I will say, for the sake of Nephis and Isaac, I'm going to give you both inspiration points for your individual solo adventures and how you guys did them very nicely. I think you worked really well under your characters, and you both get an inspiration point.
Heckin'.
So at this point in time, we've all time synced together, and you are now all sort of equally. We're going to equally proceed from here. So if anybody is looking to, I don't know, progress or do something else or do something different, we're all now in the same place, sort of the stronghold at the same time. So wherever you guys would naturally go to, or wherever you are right now, we're there.
Are we all grouped together?
I'm not going to force you to be grouped together, but if you all eventually end up at the tavern at the same time in the same place, then we can move from there. But if there's anything pressing you guys would like to do, or an individual player would like to do, we can work on that first.
I would be at the nicer tavern.
Okay.
But I would meet up with people if they're meeting up.
Okay. And the party knows that you're there at this point in time, so... with your nat 21, the whole fucking forge knows you're there. Yeah, you're 21.
Hell
yeah. Yeah. So there we go. I'm gonna kick it over to you guys now to see what you to let you. Yeah, it's your go.
Nephis looks for Khutula so she can make the hard decision of what goodie to get.
Goodie.
Carlos would end up returning to the inn after the training.
Oh.
Nephis goes to the inn.
Okay.
Khutula stumbles back to the inn.
Okay.
Carlos would help her if
with
she
their
needed it.
brand new shiny gun that she cradles happily.
It's not ready yet. It's going to be ready by the end of the day.
That's right.
This
You're
is
right.
midday.
She is excited about the shiny gun that she will soon cradle happily.
It's the flare gun from TF2.
That's why I'm a pyromane. Not yet.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Come to the end tomorrow.
Is Ristal the second Cairona still around?
He would have been there in the morning, but now he's off doing his job.
Shit.
But he will be coming back. This is the place where he is staying.
He has a job, you know.
He's got shit to do. There are some of his entourage that are at the tavern, though. The guys that don't need to be part of his meetings are at the tavern and hanging out. They're listening to your songs.
I would excitedly go up to the party and say, "Oh, you just missed it." My brother, he was here. I would have loved to introduce all of you. Sadly, it was just Mr. Carlos who is present. Certainly not as dashing as he once was, but
Am I here for this right now?
we had a good time.
Yes.
We walked into the inn and he immediately fucking runs up to us to brag.
Yeah, it's quite crowded when you guys get there. But Vin has no trouble moving through the crowd.
Yes, miss.
Aye.
Vinshenzo Rimmer.
Come on, Mr. Cairona.
We should make way for the portal. Mr. Carlos has important business.
Is everyone ready to depart now, or do they need the rest of the day?
I still have yet to gather my supplies from the forge. Khutula, I encountered some strange dwarf who somehow teleported all the way from Morwen. He has a reward for me saving his life. I think you could make use of it better than I. Some weird creation. He's at the tavern.
That's where we are.
He's at the less expensive tavern.
Oh.
Yeah. The other tavern.
The normal people tavern.
He's not normal.
Sorry, I mean like in financial status, not state of mind.
I've never seen a dwarf without a beard. Ugh.
How queer.
What a queer little fellow.
I also did run into a pack of goblins and gave me some trouble.
Oh dear.
Aye.
Okay, if there's nothing you guys like really want to do super special, I know Vin, I assume you want to wait for your brother to come back at some point.
Oh, I was just asking that so I could introduce them.
Yeah,
I don't have like anything in like specific to.
Yeah, but if there's nothing pressing you guys have that you want to do and you're just waiting for your shit to be done, is more my point. We can fast forward through the time of idly hanging out and doing your own thing until that moment has come.
Mr.
That's what you're all waiting for.
You would take well my advice to stay within society or at least take someone with you when you go gallivanting around out in the woods by yourself.
Perhaps.
Yes.
Yes. I didn't think I would run into as much trouble as I did. I'll heed your advice.
Very good.
I do agree with you, though. We should head to the portal. The sight of Carlos is unsettling.
Quite so. Should we get on?
Nephis points to Khutula again. He's at the tavern. I can hear myself through someone's mic. He has a shaven face and he's missing a leg. Tell him I sent you.
Okay. She like meanders her way to the tavern. There she goes.
Hooray! Okay. I sent you the Find Familiar thing on Discord.
I am reading it and looking through.
So the only difference is obviously you can't recast it. The guy will give you spare parts to repair it. That would just require you to find someone who is capable of performing the repairs. But if it gets too damaged, obviously it's then destroyed.
Isn't it just not a familiar at that point?
So it follows the rules of a familiar in terms of the actual thing where, you know, it'll perform actions, it does not attack, it always obeys your commands, blah 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 blah. There's different kinds in terms of different things, because with a familiar normally it can take an animal form you choose, so this you're just choosing a different design.
Okay.
And each design, because they what does it say? It takes an animal form you choose. A familiar has the statistics of the chosen form, although it is celestial, fey, or fiend. So instead of that, it's a construct, but it has different stats.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So that's why I'm saying it functions as a familiar, but it's a construct. So that's why it follows the rules of that spell. Yeah. I might not have made that overly clear the first time, and if it wasn't properly conveyed, I apologize for that, but that was my intent, is to essentially have it be like a one-use familiar, but you have the option to, if you can, go get repaired if it matters enough, or if it's broken, you're like, oh no, my toy's broken, then who fucking cares? But it is capable of doing all the things that familiar can.
Nice.
Including, I will say this, including the while your familiar is within 100 feet of you, but instead of it being instead of communicating with telepathically, you have like a little. I don't know if you ever played Horizon Zero Dawn, but it's like that little thing. You just have like a little earpiece, like an earring, essentially, that you wear, and you're allowed. It allows you to send commands to it telepathically. The only one that you can do there's only one that you can do the when you cast a spell with a range of touch, your familiar can deliver the spell as if it had cast the spell. There's only one of them, and that's the little like binocular dude. The rest of them can't do that.
Little binocular dude.
That I had mentioned it to Devon, but it's essentially a little scout thing that can that specifically does that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there's a little binocular dude, are the other ones specific, or is it kind of just like one I can pick from the general list of familiars?
Yeah, I'm
represent it.
I wish I had done this smartly the first time. So I was looking at each and every single one of those and trying to think of a little mechanical creature that would do effectively the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of a poisonous snake, it's a scorpion thing that can extract with vials. But you can have ones there's one that flies, there's one that can climb around in the trees and do the scouty thing. There's, a fish one that can haul and pull and do things like that. But yeah, effectively whatever little thing. But each one of them does something different. I just couldn't think of a cat thing that was different from the frog, that was different from the crab. It's really.
I want the weasel.
The weasel. What does it do? I'm going to invent you a machine right now.
Hell
Keen
yeah.
hearing and smell. That's it. Oh, and it's stealthy. It's a stealthy perception thing.
It's just a ball with a big ol' humanoid ear
Things
and
that
nose.
It's the things that she sucks at.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
You get a hearing aid.
Pretty much.
What?
It's just a fucking one of those old-timey horns that you stick in your ear.
It doesn't look like a weasel. What it looks like is like a little mechanical. What is the size of the fucking weasel? I think it's tiny.
So it doesn't even look like a weasel. Oh my god.
Just make it a mechanical weasel if she wants it.
Do you want it to look like a weasel? Is that what you would like? Or do you just want something that can have keen hearing and smell? Because I imagine, I don't want. Yeah. Anyways, I can just fuck it. Sure, you can have a mechanical weasel.
It's a fucking weasel.
Doesn't matter.
Robo weasel.
Mechanical
That's
weasel.
awesome.
I give up. I was trying to be cool and and niche.
If you want it to sound fun, you can call it a mechanical marten.
Hell yeah. Wow. Don't kill yourself,
Yeah,
Chris.
it's really.
I just
It's
feel
really just
bad
a
more
child's
because
toy.
maybe it's now more appealing, and I don't want to have Devon regret passing it up if it sounds cooler now.
Oh no, I don't mind. I
Okay.
like the ring.
You like the Misty Step? You went for that because it was better. Okay. In that case, fuck yeah, you get a mechanical weasel.
Mechanical
Nephis
marten.
don't like Robo.
Mechanical marten. You got a mechanical marten.
It's M&M.
It has the stats of a weasel, except it's a construct, but it looks like a marten. How's that sound?
Jesus Christ.
Does that make life easy for you and me, so that we understand where the mechanics and stats from, but we also understand what it looks like visually?
Yeah.
Does that help?
Yeah.
Okay. Can we agree on that? Is everybody happy?
Yeah.
Grimnir
Okay.
keeps on saying it's a weasel, but Khutula like, no, it's mechanical marten. No.
As she like cradles it in her arms.
Martin. The shaved dwarf knows nothing.
Yeah, he's kind of a fucking idiot.
Actually, could it be a sable?
I'm gonna shit my pants.
Okay,
on
let's
purpose,
go on.
out of spite.
Let's move on.
We need
I have
to
my mechanical companion.
All of your shit, everybody collectively's shit is now ready, and you can pick it up.
I have a question.
I can use my marten to smell it.
I want to hear Devon's question.
What bonus do we get to our equipment? Is it a +1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10?
So the equipment that you sent in for modification, just to remind me, was
A silver. I have it marked as a saber, but I have to go look in our DMs now.
that thing you're
Sable?
silvering, so it gains the silvered trait.
Yes. Short sword, silvered saber, and studded leather armor, and also my slinger.
So
first
your
mounted,
studded leather
crossbow.
armor is going to get is now going to be studded leather. It's going to extra +1 to its AC.
Copy.
And then your weapons, if you sent them in to be silvered, they gain the silvered trait, which says 5e silvered weapons. Silvered
requested-
weapons. Yes.
Requested that it got the sharpness. Was it fucking like trait to it as well?
Yes. You can have that. So they're
Oh.
silvered and sharpened.
Copy.
Silvered weapons. Some monsters have immunity or resistance to non-magical weapons, are susceptible to silver weapons. So cautious adventures. Blah 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 blah. Blah. Yeah. Okay. It is now silvered. Basically, is anything that it does good. Congratulations. And Chill, you were waiting for stuff to be ready. You get all your stuff. Is there any questions you have about your stuff? In case we haven't gone over specific stats or anything.
No. I have everything marked down correctly on the new sheet.
Okay, on the new sheet.
Yeah.
Remind me what it was that I gave you, just so I remember, because I'm trying to do things out of fairness to try and equally give everybody enough stuff that you're not overly OP, but not underly OP either. Compared to each other, not compared to the world. And while he's typing that out, because I think that's what he's doing, Carlos, did you get everything that we were working on together, or have we done that yet?
Yeah, I pretty much just took the liberty of getting some general stuff, kind of like the same as Devon. I had my rapier silvered. I got some silver daggers.
Okay, I just
got
want to
some
make sure
silver
you're
bolt.
not waiting on any results
do
or
have-
anything from me.
One question though. You
Yes.
said wooden stakes were available. I'm just wondering what the stats are on those.
A wooden stake.
Oh.
I'm pretty certain
They're an improvised weapon aside from conditional stuff like anti-vampire.
So, I was actually just looking at the vampire stat block before the session, and I half remember it. So you got to get them in the heart with the stake, and then I think they can't regenerate or move until it gets removed from them, or it's just regenerate. But I'll double check because
isn't it like not actually a weapon and it's just something
I see. Okay, so it's more of a
capped.
Yeah,
from the stats here, because I'm looking at it right now. It says, stake to the heart. If a piercing weapon made of wood is driven into the vampire's heart while the vampire is incapacitated in its resting place, the vampire is paralyzed until the stake is removed.
Does it have to be in its resting place? Or can it just be?
Okay, it says, it just says that. So if you stab a vampire in the heart with a piercing weapon made of wood, then it is incapacitated in its resting place. Oh, sorry, while the vampire is incapacitated in its resting place, then it's paralyzed until the stake is removed. So you can a wooden stake gives you the ability to do that to a vampire.
Copy that.
Silver axe dagger, got a masterwork silver short sword and shield with holy symbol. Cool shit.
Oh yeah, in case it wasn't obvious, the shield was also silvered and masterwork.
Yes, and it has a holy symbol on it because cool shit.
Yeah.
Deadly. All right. Khutula, you're happy with everything you got?
Yes.
Vin, are you happy with everything that you got, or have you gone out to got stuff?
I'm not aware of anything that I got. I only asked for 2 spell scrolls, and you said I could get them.
Yeah, and they're for the sake of thematic roleplay. They're not scrolls; they're runes that you operate, and you know how to operate them. And yeah,
that. Do I have to pay for them?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna say no.
I have a dream spell rune that is a spell scroll, and I have a haste spell scroll as well.
Yeah, as far as I understand about spell scrolls, you read them and they're like it's a one-use thing, correct?
Yes.
I
don't have my Gift of Gab scroll anymore, for instance.
Yeah. So essentially, instead of like reading the spell and then the fucking scroll burns up or wastes away or however it happens. This one, you crack the rune in half, so you actually like break the rune to release the thing, and then that's how you spell. So that's still one use. It's just differently.
So I have a dream spell scroll?
You have a dream spell rune and a whatever the other one is spell rune.
Haste.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
And again, you've been shown how to use them, so it doesn't require you to tell me that you do the specific action. You can use it as normal, but thematically, this is how that gets used.
Hell yeah. Okay. I'm excited.
Right. And Nephis. Okay, so I got Nephis. I got all of you. Okay.
I also asked for the ring of mind shielding. Was that a
ring of mind shielding?
Yes, I also said
I will give you the ring of mind shielding. It is found in a corner in one of those jewelry boxes full of other random stupid shit.
Try reading my mind now, fucking Carlos. Bitch.
And if I remember correctly, Carlos, you have what you is a ring of detect thoughts.
Medallion of thoughts, yes.
Medallion of thoughts, that's what it was. Okay. Okay. Deadly. I just wanted to make sure, take the second to confirm that we have all conducted fully the business that we were. Can you exchange from gold for platinum so you're not carrying 1,000+ coins? Yes, you can. There is a banker who will do coin exchange at a 1-to-1 rate. This is a dwarven stronghold. You can do things like exchange gold for platinum. Carlos, there is no bank here that connects to your system of bank if you were thinking of asking that question. Just in case.
Damn.
Yes, I'm sorry. The dwarves operate on their own thing.
their own thing.
They're craftsmen, not master traders.
If you need to borrow money, Carlos.
I'll allow you to go in debt.
Vin would just love the opportunity to flaunt his money. Be like, you need how much, Carlos? Here you go. I know you're good for it.
Shut the fuck up. I gave you a free room. And I didn't say anything.
Uh-huh.
They're master crafters. Well, Nephis. Well, never mind.
All right.
You're a
So
big
what's your next step?
I put on all my fancy rings.
You have to attune to them, probably.
Yeah, it takes some time. The standard attunement rules for these ones are the way they are.
Vin made his intentions.
What are your intentions?
To get everyone to go to the portal so he
Alright,
can help
well-
Carlos's plight.
Yeah,
Is that what everybody wants to do?
Isaac is down for that.
Carlos's multiple plights.
Multiple plates. I only have one
Carlos-
plate right now.
Multiple
You have
plates.
two
Carlos
plights,
has a
you
problem with
Well, I
doing
guess, yeah,
that.
2 plates. But one is a shared plate.
All right. I'm going to pee really quickly, and we will get on the road for going to the portal / gate. It'll be 2
On the road
seconds.
again.
But yes, so you take a sleep, do your thing. Then when I get back, your brother's gonna tell you a message about something, and then you guys are gonna travel. It's a 2-day trip, so if there's any last things you need to do at the forge, let me know. But I'm gonna go pee real quick.
That's all I need.
The need to peed.
You assholes have no idea my machinations, as Carlos put it.
Mackinac peaches.
I'm macking on these peaches.
Carlos is just proud of the fact that he managed to teach Khutula well enough.
The macum cheese.
The Macam.
Carlos
Mac
is
and cheese.
proud that he got to beat the shit out of a girl.
Hell yeah. Hey, that girl was bigger than him.
Yeah, I bet you fucking like that, you fucking freak.
Which one? I mean, Carlos wouldn't be a very good teacher if he got beat that easy, would he? Khutula would be like, "Damn, I beat you that easy." Either you're really good or you're really bad. You're a really good
That
teacher,
wizard
really
really
bad
fucked
swordsman.
you up.
All right, I'm ready. I'm here. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that you guys are gonna like start traveling the
On the morn.
on the morn.
Yeah.
So the evening before Vinshenzo, your brother-in-law comes to meet you, and he said, he comes back to the tavern at the end of his business day, and he says hi to you, and he tells you that if you happen to be planning to go home soon, that your family is eagerly waiting to see you, and that they're expecting you back soon. There's great matters at hand.
I go to shake Vin's brother's hand.
Oh, is everyone here?
Yeah, they're all here.
I
He
wanna
comes
meet
up
your
and he
brother.
talks to you.
My brother, these are the people I've been telling you about, the Nissian vagabonds.
He's very excited to meet anybody who meets him, and he vigorously shakes Nephis's hand. He says, pleased to meet you. You must be Nephis.
Well
I've heard
met.
a lot about you. He's very well spoken, and he's very big smiles all around.
Yes, I'm hoping to get Mr. Carlos here in front of the good lady.
He says, the good lady. Well, she's quite busy these days, but I'm sure she'll make time for you especially on your return home from such a long time away.
I'd like to think I've earned at least one favor.
He grins and he chuckles and he says, "Oh, I'm sure at least one."
And I would give that favor to Mr. Carlos, certainly.
Very generous of you, Vin.
Extremely.
Truly a noble friend.
Hell yeah. We gotta get rid of these trade union losers.
Trade union losers?
Carlos's old pal.
Yeah. Fuck the trade union losers.
They've been maybe the second strongest fucking thing we've had to deal with.
The Black Rifle Coffee Trade Company.
That's about it. That's the only real message he has to convey is like his family is anxiously awaiting his return and kind of expecting you back any day now.
I made a promise to Hemethray. I intend to keep it.
He claps you on the shoulder and he says, perfect. I cannot wait to return home. I should be back in a few days and we can properly celebrate your return to the family," he says, and then he has nothing else dramatic to say unless people would like to ask him questions. And judging by the
say to him?
Okay. So, unless there is anything you would like to do, we will move to the following morn in which you guys travel. Okay,
Has Vin always been so talented with his instrument?
Vin, I don't know when you started learning. Would Vinshenzo have been like learning music and practicing his entire childhood, or how did his career in music develop?
His blood family would have had him like trying to have him pursuing more noble things, but he would have had a passion for such bardic things from an early
age. Ryzen or Risen? I can't remember how you pronounce it. Ristel, sorry. Ristel tells Nephis that on top of excellent statecraft, young Vinshenzo has always been quite talented with music, and he's always had a passion for performance in the arts.
A bit of a weakling, though.
He doesn't say that. Ristel doesn't say that. He keeps the comment positive, and he compliments you on, basically he said like you grew up, like you were a smart kid, you kept to your studies, but you also had a passion for music. Like ever since Ristel has known Vinshenzo, he has known Vinshenzo as a musician and a performer.
What good manners from Ristel to keep family drama out of the conversation. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, he's not a stranger to fancy parties and glad handing people. He's keeping a positive spin on everything. He doesn't take any opportunities to downplay Vinshenzo in front of his comrades or colleagues.
Hell
yeah. Well, certainly his practice has has really shown off.
Risto agrees and he says, "Oh yes, of course. Well, he's always been the star of the show. We enjoy his performances at home. The ballrooms have been empty and devoid of life when they lost the echo of his music."
Yes.
Aye.
Yeah. Cool.
As we walk away, I would say, he wasn't singing that tune when we left.
Oh yeah, this is definitely there's a He's definitely playing it up a little bit. Yeah.
Why is that? He seemed pretty enthusiastic about your skill.
Yes. It has taken this long, precisely this long, for them to realize my potential, Mr. Nephis.
I have a question real fast. Can I think about how Rissel has acted in my presence and then roll insight on how genuine he was being?
Yes, you may.
Oh.
Copy.
Oh.
Nephis pats Vin on the back. Well, like I
11?
said, you've earned it.
As far as you can tell, Carlos, Rissel is making a genuine effort to be nice.
Oh, he seemed genuine
God.
enough to me, but I don't know him like Vin does, so.
Carlos wouldn't stop bothering me about that if he got a good roll. Yeah. Why do you stick around if your family is so asshole to you?
If only. Maybe in another universe, another path.
Maybe there will be more assholes in the underground.
Maybe. So, given the road, there are roads, and you're given fairly good directions to get to the realm of the Drow. It does take you 2 days travel. Oh shit. But you are able to make the 2-day journey without any significant issues. Now, the gateway to the Underdark is exactly that. It is a massive gate. It is deeper in the mountains, a little bit farther north than the forge was. But when you finally arrive, you are traveling down a cobble road. The roads themselves have gone from just being mud tracks to being actually quite nice highways that have been well maintained. It's about the second day of travel when it starts getting nicer. And as you are traveling through a winding valley, you sort of turn around a mountain peak and find yourself looking at a massive fucking gate. And the gate is built into the side of a mountain and just leads directly into what looks to be a massive city underground. The gate itself is a very large castle gate. It looks to be the size of was it Vales that was super huge? I forget which of the Westlands castles were huge, but the architecture of it is massive. Eventually, as you do reach the city gates, they are as tall as the tallest palaces you have ever seen. The walls themselves are so thick that you could probably fit an entire town inside them, or at least some villages within the stone of these walls. They've been hewn from the mountain itself. This gateway to the Underdark. This is one of 3 entrances, and it really is that. It is an entrance into the darker depths of this realm. It's not a magical portal. It is a physical entrance into the Underdark.
Oh.
And this Drow city, this gateway, is the fortress city that controls all access from this continent into the Underdark. So, Vinshenzo, the Cairona, this is kind of why the Cairona family has the power it has, is they are responsible for martial control and security of this gate. They are the defenders of the gate, and they are the sort of the protectors of the area. There are a few other houses that contribute militarily to this gate and its defense, and generally like the Drow's professional armed forces. But the Caironas are a little bit more distinct in that role.
I stop the party before we enter, and I put a hand on whoever's closest to me, their chest, and say, I don't know if you have dealt with common drow before, but stick close to me.
Are you? Oh, never mind. I'm not gonna say that.
He hit his
I know
chest
the
too
answer
hard.
to it. Getting stronger.
So some interesting, cool. We only have 8 minutes left, so I'm going to describe a little bit about the city to you, and I'm gonna you guys get passed through the gates during daylight hours. Vinshenzo, are you going to do anything special when you get up to the gate? There are like armed soldiers. They're not like actively scanning or filtering people, but they are paying attention and checking to see who's who.
I would announce myself and ask for a personal escort.
Okay. So most of the common drow soldiery are males, as their role.
Yeah.
But the commanders and the officers are generally female. So the female guard, their guard captain, who is a female, comes over, and you can tell that she's wearing, in fact, Cairona colors. And when you identify yourself, she immediately she bows to you and welcomes you back home. And a retinue of 12 soldiers in Cairona house colors march in formation over to escort you to to where you need to go.
House Cairona.
All right. So inside the gate, the city itself is built around this huge tunnel, and the tunnel is the passageway itself into the Underdark. Not only is the city built around the bottom as you would normally build buildings, but is also constructed around the sides and along naturally forming rock formations that are descending from the ceiling. The buildings themselves are also carved out of or dug through or constructed off of each other. So the city itself really does just essentially surround this tunnel all the way down. There is a large highway, about as gargantuan as the gate itself, that leads down this passageway to lead farther into the realm below. House Cairona, given its status, is in the upper districts, and when I say upper districts, I do mean like in the ceiling.
Hell yeah. Are we like marching like miles down into the world?
No,
I thought it was like portal.
No. It can. So I've seen enough different descriptions of the Underdark, but I really wanted this idea of it being just a second world that's underneath your world or the regular world, but it has these big entrances that really do just go down beneath the realm to the realm beneath, or down beneath the surface world to the world beneath. You're not going all the way down into the Underdark, but for the purposes of this gateway, like it is descending into. And House Cairona does get a wonderful position in this city that's far enough back that it's not right next to the entrance, but it's not way the hell back there either. So you're going to be walking for about an hour just to get to the entrance of the House Cairona, Cairona proper. Yeah.
Am I allowed to bring my horse in?
Yep. You guys can bring in your horses. You're able to travel through. There are a lot of like caravans and general commercial traffic that is passing around these gates.
Is it stairs? Is Nephis
you're not
riding
going...
a sled down the stairs?
No.
The sled can take it.
So the main highway, while it's huge, there are smaller in comparison roadways, and like getting up to the House Cairona, you're going up past like side switchbacks and different things that are carved into the side of the tunnel, and and that sort of thing. Eventually you go through like some very huge passageways, and I'm talking about like metro tunnel sized passageways. Like this place has been around for a very long time, given the length of the lives that the elves and the drow live. Like this city is quite ancient, so they've had a long time to improve their infrastructure. There's no creepy dark passages that you have to take. They're just very nicely built dark passages, because the light is lower here. It is dimmer.
Hell yeah.
It is the place of the drow. So Vin, you're finally in a place that has a comfortable light level. Well, the forge was probably okay, but this place is really home.
Hell yeah.
The architecture is very gothic, for the sake of anybody who's wondering visually. It's a very gothic inspired arches, spires, gargoyles, beautiful, beautiful stonework. So yeah, you have made it to the gatehouse, or to the gates of House Cairona, and that's where we will end our session, so I can get some good stuff going on about the city itself.
I see dialogue.
Yeah, I'll put some stuff in there if you guys want to do things. Carlos, I think you had a lead to a thing here potentially in the city.
Yes.
I have a letter.
Really quickly, does anybody have anything interesting they might want to go and look into, or go and do, or see, or stuff, just so I can get specific things prepped? If you're looking into it. What were you going to say?
That wasn't me. It was me.
Okay.
We need to get fucking Carlos fixed.
Okay, so we're just gonna put this.
Yeah, we gotta find a vet.
Shut up.
We need him vaccinated.
Something's wrong
at
with
the
my
very
dog.
fucking least.
Something's wrong with my dog. He thinks he's a person.
You should at least get checked up by like some medical person. We don't know what fucking like weird fucked up shit could be wrong with you.
Ah, yes, this kobold appears to be kobold.
And he has fucking cancer now.
Cobalt cancer.
Yeah.
Really tragic.
It was experimental shit. This is like the Tuskegee experiments or whatever.
Fuck yeah. All right, well, that was the session. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm glad that we got to
MK Ultra.
Explore some interesting little adventures and get you guys some good stuff.
Damn.
Yeah. So that's what I got for you. Cool. I'm
Nice.
looking forward to having a little bit more time this week to get some stuff written down and developed, because I'm still on medical leave, so I look forward to
Hell yeah.
to getting some more shit put down.
The Drow porthole.
The Drow porthole.
What?
Well, yeah, there we go.
We're damn.
I'm sorry. I found it again. Hell yeah.
This is really fun.
Did you get? Yeah, I did. Do you have any? Sorry, Khutula, do you have any questions, or are you all set to go on the two weird weapons that you received?
I am ready to try them out and
Okay, cool.
practice them.
All right.
Because they're gonna need a lot of practice.
You got the notes for
guns
that.
down my entire family.
It's too dark in here. Blam!
Someone's got to do it. Eat the rich.
Eat the rich.
Hell yeah.
All
I'm
right.
gonna make Cairona cry Rona.
No.
No.
Amazing.
We all need to find Drow wives.
Hell yeah.
This is the
Look how
new
much
quest
money
line.
he has.
Get a wife of noble descent, dude. Hell yeah. And retire.
Too bad Anton's not here.